This year's play is different than the other ones if you've come and seen our play before. This year, you're going to be part of it as well. We have some audience participation parts this year. So we have tellers or narrators who are going to come on stage. They're going to ask you to do things. So please, please help us out. Get into it. Be little actors. Once the teller or narrator does that, make sure that you stop. Because otherwise our play will go on for 10 hours. Okay, so when you see a teller go like this, that means everyone be quiet once more. I'm going to answer this question on behalf of all teachers. The play is about 45, 50 minutes long, so no, you may not go to the bathroom. There we go. You can hold it for 45 minutes. All right. We need you guys also, when you're sitting in your seats, try to be as quiet as possible. The chairs can make a little bit of noise, but we have to, as these kids know, fill this whole space with our voices. And if you guys are making any noise, it makes it really hard to hear and understand what's going on, and you'll miss some really important lines, and there's some really funny jokes, so you gotta listen carefully. The last thing I have to say is we do have sound effects during this play. And one of the sound effects is for the folktale, The Tortoise and the Hare. If you know The Tortoise and the Hare, you know it's a race. So we have the sound effect of a starter pistol. So when you hear the words, on your mark, get set, go, what do you think you're going to hear? Bang! Okay, so don't be alarmed. It happens very near the beginning, so you don't have to wait too long. But don't be scared if you hear that bang. And you'll know exactly when it is, because I've told you. All right, you guys ready? Yeah. All right, so without further ado, I'd like to present Folk Tales for Fun.
Germany,
Mexico,
Egypt, Turkey, Norway, and Liberia. Today we present folk tales from around the world.
I know this will be fun. What is a folk tale, you ask? I don't know.
Yes, you called. Yes, hello. May I introduce? I don't know. She knows everything.
How can I help you?
What is a folk tale?
A folk tale is a story from all over the world that is passed down from generation to generation and often teaches a lesson or moral about life.
Like the story about the famous race between the tortoise and the hare? You know that one, don't you? What is its lesson or moral? You shouldn't judge one another based on appearance? Let's practice telling folk tales with this one. One is to your places. On your mark, get set, go. Ha! Look at you. You're far too slow to ever beat me in a race. Just look at those short legs and that heavy shell. No way you could ever beat me. Just look at these legs. These look like an athlete in the winter. Call me when you get close to the finish line.
Second moral or lesson. You shouldn't take it for granted that just because you have often won before doesn't mean you'll always win.
You go ahead and sleep. I'll just remain slow and steady, and I'll win in the end.
And when she did, because the hare was so sure she couldn't lose that she underestimated the tortoise.
You think you beat me?
The victory does not always go to the swift. It can often go to the slow and steady. Now that we know what folk tales are, where shall we begin to tell our tales? I know. Let's call the navigator and let her find us a place to go.
Tell us the story. Tell us the rhyme. Find us a folk tale from a different place and time.
Let's begin. Journey, 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 ho, find us all a place to go. Germany.
But where in Germany?
A town called Bremen.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the Bremen Town Musicians. I don't know.
The Bremen Town Musicians is a folk tale from Germany by the Brothers Grimm that tells a tale of an unlikely partnership between a donkey, a dog, a cat, and a rooster. Even to this day, visitors to the town of Bremen can see the statue of the four animal musicians built in honor of this tale.
Then let's begin the tale. Decipher. May I introduce Decipher? She will translate
various English words into the language from which the folktale originated. In this instance, it's German. A farmer,
A bower
had a donkey.
had an ezel.
There you are, Liesel. Come along. I have a heavy load for you to carry.
I hope I don't have to carry him again. Talk about a heavy load. I'm too old for this. I have served him well, and I deserve a rest.
What are you doing? Get up. I have work for you to do. You don't expect me to carry anything, do you?
Of course not. No need for you to start now. I wish he could understand me. I'd tell him a thing or two. The first thing I'd tell him is to take me back.
All right, I've had enough of this. I'm getting rid of you. I'm going to replace you with newer, younger, stronger Ezel.
Talk about strong. His breath could knock over an elephant. Well, that's gratitude for you. Hee-haw! I can't believe he's just going to cast me out because I'm old. I'll teach him a lesson. Hee-haw! I'll run away and go to Bremen to be a musician. After all, I have a sweet voice. Hee-haw! That is music to the ear. Hee-haw! Hee-haw! I can hee-haw all day. I'll sing my pretty song to make money for my head.
And run away he did, until along the way to Bremen, he met a lonely dog.
A lonely hoot.
Who was howling at the sky.
Oh, what am I to do? My master thinks I'm too old to herd the sheep, too old to hunt for squirrels, and too old to guard the house. So I bit him. It seemed like a good idea at the time, but then he kicked me out of the house, and only because he wants a younger, stronger coon to take my place. What a coincidence. My master feels the same way. And did you bite him? No, but I think I should have. Instead, I ran away. I'm going to Bremen to be a musician and sing from my head. Would you like to join me? You howl quite well. Why, thank you. I studied at the Canine Opera Academy. I didn't know there was such a place. Most people don't. Did you know I can howl and howl all day and people feed me to go away? I would never have guessed. It's true. So, will you join me? I'd love to. Two musicians are we, as happy as can be, on our way to Bremen town to sing from sun up to sundown.
And so off they went, until they met a cat, who was lying all alone in the road.
Meow, meow. What is wrong with you? Have you run out of mice to feed yourself?
That's my problem. I'm too old to catch mice any longer. They're too small and too fast, and they always escape me. And my mistress has decided to get rid of me for...
A younger, stronger cat?
Yes, how did you know?
Our masters have done the same to us. You know, I'd chase you if I weren't so old.
And I'd run away and climb a tree if I weren't so old.
Age. The great equalizer. It's true. Once you get to a certain age, things that seemed so important when you were younger seem so silly now.
Oh, what are we to do when those we have served feel we are no longer able to serve them?
We serve ourselves. Together, we three will go to Bremen and be musicians. Meow, quite beautiful.
Why, thank you. Did you know I studied at the Feline Academy of Music?
I didn't know there was such a place.
Most people don't. I do love singing, though, even though my singing is rarely appreciated.
I would never have guessed. So, will you join us?
I'd love to.
We musicians are we, as happy as can be, on our way to Bremen town to sing from sun up to sundown.
And so off they went, until they met one more animal, a rooster.
A hog. Cock-a-doodle-doo, oh what am I to do? I've grown old and my mistress no longer wants me, and plans to eat me for dinner. Instead of me to welcome in the day, she wants
A younger, stronger Han.
How did you know that?
Our masters have decided to do the same to us.
We're going off to Bremen to become musicians. Would you like to join us? Yes. You crow quite well, and together we'll all sound wonderful.
Why, thank you. Did you know
That you study at the Academy of Music for Fowls?
How did you know that?
Lucky guess.
And with that, they all began to sing.
Four musicians are we, as happy as can be, on our way to Bremen town to sing from sun up to sundown.
I've got an idea. Let's all make animal noises. This section section will be dogs. Hoot. This section will be cats. Catsa. And this section will be roosters. Pawn. Now, on the count of 3, let's all make our animal noises. 1,
Eins,
2,
zwei,
3.
drei.
Very good. That part of our play is very important, and we'll be asking you to do that again later. Now, back to our tale. On the way to Bremen, the sky grew dark, and our musicians grew tired.
I am so tired. I think we should rest for the night.
Why, there is a wonderful tree. Pawn and Cops can climb into the branches, and you and I can sleep beneath.
What a wonderful idea.
And so the 4 prepared to go to sleep. But Hans saw a light coming from the woods. It was coming from inside a cabin.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, I see a cabin that looks warm and wonderful.
That sounds like it would be a nice place to stay for the night.
Let's check it out. What do you say?
I say, point your way.
And so off they went to the cabin. They stopped just outside and peered into the window.
Oh, look at all the food.
And all there is to drink.
And the fireplace warm and inviting.
This place is much to my liking.
But inside the cabin were thieves,
Way.
counting all the gold they had stolen.
One for you,
Eins für dich.
one for you,
Eins für dich.
one for you,
Eins für dich.
and one for me.
Und eins für mich. Hey, you took 2.
What of it?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Definitely nothing. Keep counting. All right, then. It's good to be the boss.
I have a plan. Cops and Han will go in through the windows. Hund will go in through the back. And I will go in through the front door. Cops will go first. And we'll all sing as loud as we can. And you can join us. When I say now, we'll all make our animal noises. First, let's try it one time together in a whisper. Now. Very good. Now the next time I say now, we'll all do it as loud as we can. Are you ready, cats? You will go first and put out the light, and we will quickly follow. Everyone, get into position. Okay, cats, go. We did it. We scared them away.
You have a wonderful house to live in.
And a warm fire.
Plenty of food.
And plenty of gold.
And so the 4 lived happily together forever in their little cabin, never to be cast off by their masters again. The end.
The lesson or moral to the tale? Being old does not mean you're useless, and it's amazing what you can do when you work together as a team.
Thank you for helping us and for being a part of our team. Where shall we go to now? Let us call to the navigator and find us a place to go.
Tell us a story. Tell us a rhyme. Find us a folktale from a different place and time.
Journey, journey, journey homeward. All place to go. Mexico.
Mexico. Their next tale is called The Snake.
La Culebra. The snake, La Culebra, dates back to Aztecs and tells a tale of a kind-hearted farmer. In Spanish, farmer is campesino. Can you say campesino? Let's try it. Bueno, good. The farmer, the campesino, helps free a snake, a culebra, and in return, La Culebra plans to bite the man.
The culebra doesn't sound nice to me.
Yeah, that's pretty ungrateful.
Well, why don't we act it out and see why the Culebra does what he does?
Sounds good. Good idea.
Come on, let's go.
I am Culebra. I slither on the ground and slither tell you what, you seem like a nice guy. If you can find other animals that agree that a good deed should be returned with a good deed, then I will fight you. Agreed?
Do you have a choice?
No?
Okay, then I agree.
So they went in search of another animal, and the first one they came across was a hen.
A hyena.
My dear hen.
Hyena.
Gallina, I need your help.
I'm sorry, have I not produced enough eggs for you? What is wrong, Hyena? Why do you seem to fear the Campesino? Because I'm making eggs as fast as I can. And if I don't continue to make eggs, the Campesino's wife, Esposa, yes, the Campesino's esposa will come and eat me.
It's okay, little Gallina. We're not here about eggs.
Hyena, how long have you served the Campesino and his esposa? All my life.
I don't think where this is heading.
I help feed Campesino and his esposa by laying eggs they eat for breakfast and use to make cakes and sweets. So your good deed is to be kind enough to give your precious eggs to Campesino and his esposa, and in return for your good deed, they will eat you. Is that right? Yes, it's a cruel fate, but I'm ready to do it. So then do you believe that the kindness you give by giving your eggs to Campesino and his esposa is repaid with kindness? Oh no! As soon as I can no longer lay eggs, into the front can I go.
Well, that didn't go very well.
You're very perceptive.
Let's find another animal.
Very well.
So off they went to find another animal. Soon they met a donkey.
A burro.
Burrow, you must tell the Caligula that when one does a good deed, they're paid back with another good deed.
I have served you for many years, and I would like to help you, but I fear answering your question.
Why?
Because I know that sooner or later, you will get rid of me. I'd rather it be later than sooner. What do you mean, burro? For many years, I have carried loads for the company. Loads far too heavy for him, and that he could not possibly carry along by himself. And I know that when I grow too old to carry these loads, he will get rid of me.
This is not going well at all.
Is what burro says true?
Well,
Adios, Campesino. I hope I have helped you.
as much help as I can to a drowning man.
How about if I tune the neck? The venom is far more effective that way. Overall, it's not that bad. You just sort of go to sleep after writing my payment. Of course.
I just want one more try.
Perhaps I can help settle this.
Coyote, what are you doing here?
Trying to solve your problem.
Ha! You solved the problem. You're a trickster. Do not be trusted.
I take offense at what you said. I'm merely here to help if I can.
What can you do?
I have an idea, but I will need your help.
Of course.
I suppose, provided your help will solve the debate, I have a lot to slither into.
Very well. First, we must return to where this all began. To the log. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the labor was trapped under this log. Is that right?
Yes.
And Campesino freed you?
That's right.
What?
How could you have possibly been trapped under that log? I think you deliberately tricked Campesino into getting close to you so that you could bite him.
That's not true. I'm not a trickster like you.
Tricksters come in many shapes and forms. Why don't you just admit that you lied and tricked Campesino into this situation?
I did not, and I'll prove it. Lift up the log.
Like this?
Yes.
Oops!
I knew it.
Campesino, you are now free of La Culebra.
I'm stuck, you know.
How can I ever thank you?
I want one of your sheep.
Hello.
But what? I helped you, didn't I?
Yes, but when you do a good deed, you do not expect a reward in return.
Here we go again.
You may not expect a reward in return, but whenever I do a good deed, I get something in return. Never do a good deed out of kindness.
I see. One moment. I must speak to my esposa.
How are things down there?
Tight. You wouldn't want to let me out, would you?
No.
I was afraid you'd say that.
Ah, here comes the payment for my good deed.
My esposa says to give this to you.
Your esposa is very wise.
My esposa is very wise. She told me that you should always do good deeds, and that if you do good deeds only to get a reward in return, then you'll be tricked, like the coyote.
You wouldn't want to try that good deed thing on again, would you?
You mean you would like me to let you out?
If you don't mind.
Let me ask my friends. What do you think? Should I let Lady Culebra out? Sorry, Lady Culebra. They said no.
Oh well, I'm getting kind of used to it. It's kind of cozy.
That was fun. You can be let free now.
Thank you.
There are other versions of this tale. For example, in another tale from Mexico, it is a rattlesnake that is trapped, and a rabbit frees him. The rattlesnake plans to eat the rabbit, but then a coyote comes along, much like this one, and does the same thing, except he doesn't ask for a reward.
So in that one, he doesn't get tricked?
That's right. Shall we call the navigator and go someplace else?
Tell us a story, tell us a rhyme. Find us a folktale from a different place and time.
Journey, journey, journey home. When it's all place to go.
Looks like we're going to Egypt. What's the story?
I don't know.
The story is called Rhodopis and her golden sandals. It originated about 2000 BCE.
I know this one.
You know all of them.
What does BCE mean?
It means that this story was told 2,000 years before Jesus was born, or a little bit more than 4,000 years ago.
Whoa, that's one old story. Bet we've never heard this one before.
You might be surprised.
Who's in it?
We need 2 sisters, a king, his assistant, an eagle, and lots of citizens of the realm.
Great. We'll let all of you be the citizens of the realm. The story begins with a young woman named Rhodopis and her sister.
Her Akta.
I'll be Rhodopis.
I'll be her Akta.
Well, one sister was very sweet and one was very mean.
You be the mean one. You saying I'm mean? No, I just think you'd be good at playing.
All right then.
And I'll be the sweet Akta.
And I'll be the king.
The Malika.
Okay, are we ready?
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 One day, the mean, ugly Ukta said to Rhodopis,
You didn't say anything about her being ugly.
okay, she's not.
That's better.
The mean, older Ukta thought she'd go off and see the Malika in order to marry him.
You didn't say anything about marriage. I don't want to get married.
You're not the one getting married. Your character is the one getting married.
It's just pretend. It's not real. I know that, okay? What's your name again? Rhodopis.
Okay, Rhodopis, I'm going to see the Malika mayor. He's rich and powerful, and I'll be rich and powerful. What do you think of that?
I think that's married for love, not money.
Whatever.
Can I go with you to meet the Malika?
No way. He'll see how sweet you are and want you instead. You stay here and do the laundry and junk like that.
But
So Rhodopis stayed home and cleaned the house and did the laundry by the river, while her Ukta left to see the Malika. But after a while, Rhodopis grew tired of cleaning and decided to take a bath in the river.
In the river?
Yes, that's where they bathed back then.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't live back then.
Oh, I almost forgot. You'll need these.
What are these for?
You'll see.
hey, they fit.
That's good to know because that's very important. Rhodopis took off her sandals to bathe in the river. Suddenly, there appeared an eagle flying high over her head.
And I peck her eyes out, right?
That's not what the eagle does.
It's not?
No,
Then what do I do?
you take one of her sandals.
You sure I can't peck her eyes out?
She's sure.
Just pick up one of the sandals and go over there and wait.
Okay.
Now we change locations and go to the palace where we meet the Malika and his assistant.
Let me see the next subject who has requested his Malika.
My Malika, I have lost my fishing boat in a storm and can no longer support my family. We are poor and hungry and need your help. Will you help us?
Yes, it is wrong for all my subjects to go hungry, so I'll give you some gold
Some D-hip.
so that you may buy another boat and start again.
Upon hearing this, the citizens of the realm cheered for the Malika. The Malika was very generous.
Well, if he'll do that for a complete stranger, just like what he'll do for his wife, and I'm going to be his wife.
Although the Malika seemed happy, in truth he was very lonely and in search of a wife to love him and for him to love.
I envy that fisherman. It must be nice to have a wife and a family who loves you. I wish there was someone out there for me.
Suddenly, the eagle entered the Malika's temple and flew above him.
And I peck his eyes out, right?
Wrong. You've seen too many violent movies. The eagle
it's a sandal.
I was speaking metaphorically.
I hate it when you do that.
That's why I do it. No, this belongs to a woman I am destined to marry. I will search the kingdom until I find the woman whose foot fits this sandal.
Wait a minute, I've heard this story before. Yeah, this is Cinderella, only you're using a golden sandal instead of a glass slipper. Yeah, where's the fairy godmother? Yeah, and the mice and the pumpkin. And the stepmother. They aren't in this one. You copied this from Cinderella, didn't she? I don't think so. Why not? Because as I said earlier, this folk tale was told 4,000 years ago. That does sound like a long time before Disney. Actually, there are over 500 versions of Cinderella in Europe alone. Where's Europe?
Navigator. This is Europe. There are variations of Cinderella from all over the world.
Does this one end the same?
Yes, Rosebus's foot fits the sandal and she marries the Malika.
Except in our Cinderella, she marries a prince. Yes, and in a Canadian Indian version called the Indian Cinderella, she marries a warrior who is invisible and turns her evil stepsisters into aspen trees. Aspen trees? Yes, and in a version from Germany called Ash and Puddle, the stepsisters get their heels and toes cut off trying to fit their feet into slippers.
Oh, right, that's more like it. Sounds like they saw the same movies.
Actually, they didn't, but their version's a little more gross than most. In the end, the stepsisters get their eyes poked out by white dogs.
Cool.
Yuck! Yes, and a version from Haiti called the Magic Orange Tree. Where's Haiti? In this version, Cinderella is helped out by an orange tree planted near her mother's grave.
How is it possible for all these Cinderella stories to exist?
Yeah, did one person go around telling the story all across the world? That's not possible.
Maybe one person told the story and he went home and told someone else, and that person went to their country and told someone else.
That's a possible answer. However, some of these folk tales, like Cinderella, for example, come from different countries that did not have contact with one another. So it's possible that various people from various countries are alike, and that certain stories carry certain lessons and morals that all of us have in common.
Wow.
What do you think the lesson or moral of Cinderella is?
Maybe that if you're a good person, good things will happen to you.
Or if you're a bad person, then bad things will happen to you.
Does this sound like something people might have in common?
I think so. I think most people want to be nice to others and have them be nice in return.
Are there any more tales like this one that we already know?
Wait a minute, we didn't finish our Rotopus story. I hate it when people don't finish stories.
Okay. Rosebus met the Malika and tried on the sandal, and it fit, and they lived happily ever after. The end.
Thank you, I needed that.
Have you ever heard of the three little pigs?
Yeah.
How about the three hares?
What's a hare?
I don't know.
It's kind of like a rabbit, only bigger.
Let's call the navigator and see where we'll end up this time.
Tell
us a story, tell us a rhyme, find us a folktale from a different place and time.
Turkey, and I don't mean bird.
This folktale from Turkey, called The Three Hares, focuses on following the ways and teachings of our parents.
Once upon a time, there were three hares
Tarzans.
who were walking to their parents' house. Come to me, my children. I have something to tell you. You are now grown and it's time to leave your dad deep in the earth and dig a den of your own.
Yeah, just remember to dig your den real deep to stay safe from the fox.
The Tilky.
The tilky is crafty and will catch you when you least expect it.
And only a deep hole, like the one we have here, will keep you safe.
We will, Mother, we will, Father.
So the Towsons set off to build their homes in the earth.
I'm off to build my home. Me too. Me as well. Just remember to dig your hole deep so the Tilky won't get you. Me too. I've had enough dark holes. But what about the Tilky? The Tilky is not as fast as we are. I can outrun him anyhow. Me too.
So the Towsons went their separate ways to build their homes.
I'm not going to listen to Mother or Father. I don't want to live in a dark den. I want to live above ground, in the sun. I want to see the trees and hear the birds. I'm going to build a little cottage.
So the the Towson did just that. She built a cottage made out of twigs and leaves and was very happy.
Is that a beautiful cottage or what? I love it out here in the open. And just look at that view. Most Townsends would kill for a view like that.
Just then, the Tilky called out to the little Towson.
Well, look at you. What a delicious looking hare you are. Would you like to play with me?
Not a chance. I know you, you're a Tilky, and you'll eat me in one go, if given a chance.
So the Towson quickly ran into her cottage.
Haha, you'll never get me now. I'm safe in here.
Really? You honestly think this house made of twigs and leaves will keep me out?
Well, it's kind of hoping of mine.
Think again.
Is this where you swallow me down in one go?
Yeah, it is.
So the Tilky swallowed the Towson down in a gulp.
I think I like the Three Little Pigs better, the version where they don't get eaten.
That's true. It does seem like a nicer story. But in the real world, Towsons do eat my Tilkies.
Talk about a hard lesson.
Let's see what happens to the next Towson.
I just can't make my nest underground. I hated it down there. Instead, I'll make my nest in this tree, and I'll be as snug as a bug in a rug.
So the Towson built her nest in the roots of the tree and was very proud of herself.
Oh, I love it here. I get to hear the birds sing. It's cozy and warm. Just perfect. I think I've made the first environmental home.
Suddenly, the Tilky called out to the little Towson.
Hello, Towson. How are you today?
Much wiser than you. I know you're a Tilky, and you can swallow me in one quick go. So, that's why I made my nest in this tree. Pretty smart, huh?
Well, let's see.
So the Tilky began digging to get to the nest of the Towson. And guess what?
Success.
No, I really thought you wouldn't be able to.
I'm sure you did. Did your parents help you underground?
Yeah, I thought I knew better.
Do you think you can fit now?
That depends.
On what?
Whether you eat me.
What do you think now?
I think I should listen to my mother and father.
No kidding.
So the Tilky swallowed the Towson.
You know, this story is really depressing.
Let's see what happens to the third Towson.
Let's see. Mother and father said to dig a deep hole, so the Tilky won't get me. So I'll dig a hole even deeper than one I was raised in. That's good. I should be far below the earth so the Tilky won't get me.
Good afternoon, little Towson. How about we go for a walk together?
How about you go away and leave me alone? I know you. You're the Tilky and you'll eat me one go if you can catch me.
That's very observant. How can I try to catch you? You are a wise little Towson, and you have followed your mother and father's wishes. And now you are safe. Perhaps we will meet another day.
And the third little Towson lived for a long time and eventually died of old age after having 437 children, and all because she made her home like her parents suggested and never strayed too far. The end. What do you think was the moral or lesson you learned from this tale?
Children should listen to their parents. Yeah, and sometimes there are reasons for the way one does things.
I sure hope our next folk tale isn't as depressing.
Let's see what end up this time. Let's call the navigator.
Tell us a story, tell us a rhyme, find us a folktale from a different place and time.
Norway, way up north in Scandinavia.
This tale is called By the Very Stumpy Tale. Besides this folktale from Norway, there are a number of other folktales called creation myths that attempt to explain how things came to be and why things are as they are, such as why carrot repeats man's words from Thailand, or how Frog lost his tail from Africa, or how Eagle got her colors from Brazil, or how butterflies came to be from New Guinea.
Wow, there are a lot of folk tales that explain how things came to be or why animals do what they do or look like they look.
Let's find out how Norwegians explain why the bear is stumpy-tailed, shall we?
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
Why the Bear is Stumpy-Tailed, a folktale from Norway, focuses on following the ways and teachings of our parents.
One day, a bear, Bjorn met a fox, met a rave. That's right, a bear. Excuse me. Yes? We're starting the next story now. Oh, right. Sorry about that. So anyway, Bjorn noticed a rave and a long string of fish. Fish. All right, fish. Bjorn was walking, came upon a rave with a long string of fish.
What have you got there, Mr. Rev?
Why, a string full of fish.
I love fish. Can I have them?
No, but I can tell you how to catch them for yourself.
Oh, tell me.
I just love playing tricks on Bjorns. Watch this. You just go upon the ice and cut a hole into the ice.
Okay, I cut a hole into the ice.
That's right.
Then what do I do?
You stick your tail into the water.
When I get cold.
Oh yes, but before long, you will not notice the cold. Besides, it won't take long before the fish start nibbling at your tail.
But won't that hurt?
It will sting a little at first, but in time you will be fine. But you must hold your tail in the water for as long as you can, because the longer you hold it in the water, the more fish you will catch. When you are ready to pull out your fish, you must pull quickly with all your might.
Oh boy, I love fish. No, this sounds a little too easy. This isn't a trick, is it? All we're known as a trickster, you know.
I am? I didn't know that. I'm sorry people think I would do such things. No, trust me, this is not a trick. Now go upon the ice and catch your fish.
Oh boy, I love fish.
Good luck to you, my dear Bjorn. There's a sucker born every minute, and I just love playing tricks with animals bigger than me. Makes me feel that much smarter.
Dumpy. I wonder how long it will take before I catch my first fish. You know, my tail does sting a little bit. I'll just wait here until I catch a whole string full.
And so she did, until the ice froze around her tail.
Oh no! Well, Rev did say to pull quickly with all my might, which is a lot of might. So here goes. Ow! I can't believe I trusted that trickster. Wait till I get my paws on that Rev.
And according to this Norwegian folktale, that's how the bear ended up having stumpy tail. The end.
Ow, that sounds like it hurt.
I can't believe that she would trust that Rev. Even when she knew that Rev was a trickster.
Sometimes it takes a number of times before we can learn that not all people can be trusted.
I guess so.
What lesson do you think it teaches us?
That if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
And that you shouldn't be too trusting. Especially of tricksters. Are there more tricksters?
I don't know, navigator.
Tricksters come in all shapes and sizes and come from anywhere in the world. In North America, the trickster is often a hare, the raven, or the coyote. In Africa, the trickster is often the tortoise, Anansi the spider, or Zomo the hare, who later became known in America as Brer Rabbit. In Japan, the trickster is often a badger, and in Central America, the trickster is often a fox or a wolf.
All these different countries have trickster tales?
Yes. Guess people who lie and fool other people can come from anywhere in the world.
I guess so.
Let's tell our last tale of the day, and let's make it a trickster tale.
Tell us a story, tell us a rhyme. Find us a folk tale from a different place and time.
This tale comes from Liberia.
I don't know.
Liberia was the first republic of Africa and is considered the oldest democracy on the African continent. English is the official language spoken there.
You mean English is spoken all the way over there?
That's right, we will need a translator for this tale.
Goodbye, Decipher. Goodbye, Decipher. We do have a lot in common.
And unlike in America, where a trickster is often a rabbit, a fox, or wolf, in this Liberian tale, our trickster's a tortoise. Once upon a time, there was a tortoise, and she had a squirrel as a best friend.
I'm having a party at my place. Would you like to come? I'd love to. Shall we walk together? Oh no, you travel so slowly for me and I'm always moving fast and I'd hate to have to
In a distant squirrel yelled,
Hey, leopard, what's like being a horse for tortoise?
What? How dare you yell at me? Don't you know I could swallow you whole?
I'm not afraid of you. You allow tortoise to ride you like a horse. I have no reason to fear you.
Because you're right now so I can eat you.
If you want to eat me, you'll have to come after me. And you know, in the trees, I'm faster than you. I think you better go talk to tortoise if you're angry.
Squirrel ran away laughing. Boy, with a friend like that, you don't need enemies.
I'm gonna find tortoise, and when I do, I'm gonna make turtle soup out of her.
In the meantime, Lucy that tortoise still hasn't thought of any idea how she may get out of her life. That is, until Leopard arrives.
Tortoise, prepare to die! Wait a minute, I think there has been a misunderstanding. What have I done? You told Squirrel that I was your horse and you could ride me whenever you wanted.
You've been misinformed. I never said that. That's a lie. Squirrel knows I like and respect you, and she's lying in order to make you angry with me.
She is?
Oh, yes. Do you honestly think I would be so stupid as to tell others that I treat you, whom I respect greatly, as a horse?
That doesn't make sense, does it?
Absolutely not. I'll tell you what. Let's go see a squirrel and have it out with her and settle this once and for all.
Good idea, let's go.
There's only one problem.
What's that?
I move very slowly. And if you must follow me, we won't make it there in time.
That is a problem.
I have an idea. How about you carry me there? Then we can get there in time for Squirrel's party. And you can embarrass her in front of all her friends.
I guess that'll be okay.
So Tortoise climbed onto Leopard's back.
I don't believe it. I'm about to get on Leopard's back.
What are you
If I
muttering?
can just show Squirrel.
What are you muttering?
Nothing. I'm just talking to myself.
Well, stop it. It's annoying and weird. Shall we go?
Yes, let's.
Why are you laughing?
No reason. I just like to laugh.
Well, stop. It's weird too.
They traveled for a while until Tortoise fell off.
Whoa!
What happened?
I fell off.
I can see that.
I need to put something on your back to make it easier for me to sit on you. I know. I'll use this to put on your back and make it easier for me to stay on you.
I don't know.
Why not? This beautiful green leaf brings out the colors in your eyes.
Think so?
Oh, yes.
Doesn't mean if you look like a wolf or anything.
Oh, no. It makes you look even more fierce.
Okay.
So Tortoise got onto Leopard's back, and they traveled for a while until Tortoise fell off again.
You're pretty clumsy, you know.
This leaf isn't enough. I know. I have an idea.
What are you doing with that vine?
Put this in your mouth.
I don't think so. I don't eat vines.
It's not for you to eat. You put this in your mouth, and I hold the other end. So I can stare on you better.
I still don't think so.
Why not? This beautiful vine brings out the colors in your eyes.
Think so?
Put this. You better put this vine in your mouth so we can get there in time for the party.
Okay.
So Squirrel got back onto Leopard's back, and they traveled for a while until Tortoise spoke to Leopard.
These gnats are horrible. They keep getting in my eyes. Aren't they bothering you?
Not really.
Well, they're bothering me.
And with that said, Tortoise swung at the imaginary gnat, striking Leopard on the bottom, causing her to jump like horse on hind legs.
Hey! Watch it! Sorry, I missed.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
It was Squirrel who saw them first.
Hey, look! Tortoise didn't lie! Leopard is a horse! Giddy up, giddy up!
Just then, Leopard realized what had happened. She was so embarrassed, she spit the vine out of her mouth, tossed Leopard off her back, and ran away deep into the forest. And that's how Tortoise tricked Leopard. The end. What lesson do you think Leopard learned?
I don't know.